couple of days ago, I noticed that the other watermelon that's was on this plant that also had the cricket thing, the top of it had started turning yellow. And I asked my husband if, because I thought he had overly turned it, because he comes out here and messes with the melons. He said he hadn't. So he came over and he turned it over, and it was rotted on the bottom, definitely brown and tender, soft. So he took it off and he cut it up to give to the chickies. And when he cut it in half, the inside was beautiful. The way a watermelon should look. It was deep red. It smelled good. Just had the bad spot on that one side. And I told him, I said, we'll go ahead and take that in. He said, no, just give it to the chicken. So he cut it up. But it made me think about the other melons. So we harvested the really large one that was over here. And it was so good. It wasn't very big. It was maybe about a foot long and about half a foot round in the very center, like this one. This one is our biggest one, but it started out the right shape, but as you notice, the neck is getting small like a squash also. Out here watering, and I noticed that this was the first melon that we got, and it just hasn't gotten any bigger. And now the top is yellowing. That's the top. This is the bottom here. So it's maybe just overly ripe. So I'm going to take it in and show you what it looks like. So here's where it was starting to yellow on top. Let me show you the bottom. This is where I'd washed it, so all the dirt and everything's gone, and the clay. But this is where it normally sat on the bottom. And my husband would just turn it ever so slightly one way or the other, just so it didn't stay rested in one spot, because we were concerned about rotting. And let me cut it open. Ooh! See how that snapped apart? Not as dark as I would like. Smells good. The seeds are definitely mature. We saved the seeds from the one we got a couple of days ago. See? I need to put it out to let them dry. I don't mind the seeds, but I don't really care for the whole spitting them out. It's sweet. It's got a nice flavor. Almost to the point where it's starting to get powdery. So I think I picked it just right. So now I guess I just need to look for that slight yellowing and to go ahead and pick them then. Excuse me for eating like this, but this is really good. Even the whites, the rind is tasty. Slightly tart, but very good. So, anyway, now I know how to pick my watermelons from the vine. And I'm actually harvesting. This is the first year I've ever gotten watermelon that didn't crack and rot on the vine. So, I'm excited. Just a quick recap. From now on, I'm going to start picking these. As soon as I notice that they start turning yellow, I'm going to go ahead and take them off the vine and bring them in. I'm not going to worry too much about the bottoms from now on, or look for the little thing on the vine that I saw in another video. This seems to be the indicator that the seeds are mature at the least, and that means the fruit is done. And I'm going to try to play around with it and see if maybe there's some other indicators I can find, but like this little cracking here. This wasn't damage, it just did this. So I've heard and read different things about what that means, and how this also, the bottom did this change in the rind and the skin itself. So I'm just going to look for the yellow, because I can't do the tap thing. They all sound good to me, and they're not. That's not accurate. So That's what I'm learning and that's what I'm sharing. Thanks for watching.